All right, more now on this deadly shooting outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum in D.C. Two staff members of the Israeli embassy in Washington killed, sadly, in this attack. Police say the pair were leaving an event at the museum when a man approached them and shot them. Israel's foreign minister identifying the victims now as Yaron Lachinsky, who was a research assistant for the embassy, and Sarah Milgram, who organized visits and missions to Israel. The suspect shouting as he was taken into custody.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
That suspect, identified now as Elias Rodriguez of Chicago. He was observed pacing outside of the museum before this shooting happened. The shocking attack prompting Israeli missions to beef up security. D.C. police say they do not believe, however, there is any ongoing threat to the community. Joining us now is Yoni Kalin. He witnessed the shooting, and his wife organized the event where this all took place. Yoni, thank you for being with us this morning. I know it's difficult, but take me back to that moment and what you saw.
Yeah, so before we dive into the event, the series of events that happened later in the night, I just want to talk about the irony of what happened. The American Jewish community put on an event with over 30 embassies from around Washington, D.C., members from the State Department and other officials. And this was an off-the-record conversation between two NGOs, the Multi-Faith Alliance and IsraAid, working together, Israeli and Palestinian, Muslim, Christian, and Jewish organizations partnering to bring aid into Gaza. So this wasn't a political conversation about Israel, about Gaza, about the war. This was all about humanitarian aid, the focus of getting food and supplies to the people that need them. And so right around the time of 9:07, 9:10-ish, we heard between 10 to 15 gunshots outside. At this time, most of the security measures were starting to take place. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background here. 1 second. We had security measures being taken place. The security guards were dragging or bringing everybody towards the back of the museum. And at this time, two of the people that recently left the event.
It's okay, Yoni. We can't hear the dog hardly. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So two of the people that left the event came back in, and this is when the now suspected shooter came in with those two people. None of us knew at the time that the shooter was the shooter. So this man clearly looked distraught. He was in a state of shock. His face was very pale. And of course, after speaking about humanitarianism, people were sitting him down, checking in. Are you shot? Are you okay? Giving him water, checking in. Little did we know he was the shooter in that moment. Around 9:16, 9:15, more police started to come inside the building to make sure everything was okay. At this moment, the shooter walks up to the police, tells them he is unarmed, admits to the shootings and says, I did this for Gaza, free Palestine. There's only one solution, Intifada revolution. And as you know, the chants go, the free Palestine. And still, I'm very used to pro-Palestinian supporters at Jewish events and Jewish spaces in front of Jewish synagogues. So that isn't something that is concerning. I think none of us really knew that he was the shooter at this point. I think when things started to get a little more serious is when some members of the museum and some friends started looking at the security footage. That's when not only did they see him assassinate someone in cold blood, I mean, he might have shot somebody 5, 10 times, which is just absolutely horrific. There was another member of the museum that ran out. He was asking for somebody to call 911. He was in a state of panic. He saw 2 bodies outside. So we were all just kind of in a state of shock, trying to piece together the information. And I want to say my heart goes out to the families of Yaron and Sarah. I am heartbroken for them. They were beautiful people. I have many friends that knew them. They were smart, they were kind, and they didn't deserve this.
No. And I did hear, Yoni, they were about to be engaged.
Correct. I believe Yaron was going to propose to Sarah within the month.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.